It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment, breakdowns, and commentary. Of course, we're going to have another Let's Talk session. We do these pretty much daily now because I really like to try to get a lot of stuff covered in one web. A lot of these stories, sometimes they would generally be just a couple minutes of conversation, but then we could turn it into a larger conversation and just kind of have a whole like news broadcast type of thing. Some people I know like the smaller videos, and if that's what you're into, hey, that's all I got to say. Hey, but on the lineup today, we've got Nicki Minaj. Of course, she had some issues on her way to her show yesterday. All is well that ends well. She was able to get there in time, or in good time, I should say, and get everything done. But we're going to talk about that and what she released out to the public about the process of getting there. We've got Glorilla. She was arrested for DUI out here in my state, Georgia, in Gwinnett County. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about JT's new record, OK, which is going to be released at midnight. In Nicki Minaj news, we're also going to get into the F This Club Up remix as well, which will also be released tonight. And then we're going to get into Joyner Lucas and Ashanti. I want to go ahead and just say congratulations to Ashanti. She officially let the world know that she is pregnant. There was already some speculation out there about it. Somebody had brought it to her mother and everything. She said Ashanti was not ready to speak on that, so she was trying to be respectful, but we already knew. But shout out to her for actually coming out, admitting that she is pregnant and that her and Nelly are engaged to be married, which who knows when that wedding will take place, but hopefully sometime in the near future. And then we've got Joyner Lucas because he's been doing a press run for his new album. And in that press run, he's already spoken a couple of times about the fact that he dated Ashanti. But today we've got some of the most information that he shared because he's remained pretty tight-lipped about the situation. But he had a conversation with Jason Lee where a little bit more came out. All right. So first up, let's get into Nicki Minaj, all right? So again, last night, she was having troubles getting to her show, trying to get out of the country and into Canada. So here she says, yesterday my flight scheduled for midnight shut their plane down at 12:58 p.m. Never in 15 years have I heard of anything like that. A 70K G4, and thought we were going to pay them for that flight as well as whatever flight I'd have to get on next. They thought wrong. So she's saying they canceled her flight and they expected that she would pay for the flight that was canceled, plus the flight that she would have to get on after being heavily inconvenienced. She says, today we asked if we could leave at 1 p.m., right? So this is a 2-day ongoing issue. They said, no, we could leave at 3 p.m. Then they said that won't work. We need to leave at 5 p.m. What? Yep. For a 9:30 p.m. show in Canada, when we got to the plane, they then said they were still fueling. At 6:30 p.m., they said they were still fueling for an hour and a half flight. So they kept derailing the situation. I don't know what the fuck was going on. What kind of fuel y'all niggas got, man? Is that shit thicker than molasses? Is that shit? What the fuck? Man, y'all better get, man. What? Why was the gas not handled in advance any damn way? She says, when we get to Canada, they did a bunch of stuff they didn't do the last 2 times I came for the OVO Fest. They started searching through my personal purses. Usually they take me to my car with my purses and check the bigger luggage. Nope, not this time. They know I have a show. They know we're 20 minutes away. They know we don't have a police escort. The sabotage be real, but God is realer. I'll be on stage in 15 minutes. Barbs, I can't wait to see you. We're going to have a magical night. Love you. My apologies. I'm going to get to the bottom of this when I get off stage. Right? Now, I understand all of the complications that Nicki Minaj went through, but I don't know, man. Am I tripping for thinking that the whoever was in control of the jet wasn't trying to sabotage her situation? Like, what were they paid off? What were they given like a 2 year salary for one day to just fuck up her situation, which, hey man, depending on the power of your enemy, somebody will be able to do that. But who the fuck is going to put that type of money up to do some shit like that? You know what I mean? And then when you get there, you also have, who was it that was, they were searching through your shit. So we're talking about security, customs, all these type of shit. Like, we've had people that were denied, you know what I mean, entry into Canada for having bags that they couldn't clear. Some people have been denied clearance just because, you know what I mean? So when I see something like this, I'm like, man, I hate that happened, but I'm not too eager to just jump into the narrative that everybody that day for the last 2 days was just like strategically placed in your path to sabotage your plan. But she still made it. She was able to go out and perform. She had a great show. And literally at the end of the day gonna end. You know what I'm saying? She had a good show. The fans were satisfied. Everything happened. She was able to give a sound explanation to the fans, and they got what they paid for. They didn't have to cancel. They didn't have to reschedule. So shout out to that. All right. But as far as the other shit, the narrative pushing, you know, I don't know about all that other shit. You feel me? I just got to be honest about it. I got to stand 10 toes down in how I'm feeling. And that's just what it is. Okay. Now, again, we do have the F This Club Up remix that is dropping tonight. Let me go ahead and pull this up because I think this is a pretty interesting lineup. I remember she came out and was saying how she was reaching out on Twitter to Sexy Red to get the verse. And honestly, I wasn't sure if Sexy Red was going to be the only feature on there. I was like, okay, Nicki and Sexy Red. I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to play that. But as of today, we now find out that she's recruited Chris Brown, Travis Scott, and Sexy Red for the F This Club Up remix. And again, it will be out at midnight. Now, I know some people out there are going to be like, damn, why the fuck she had to get Chris Brown on that? You know, he's a very polarizing figure. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people have vowed to never play his music again. And for those that don't fuck with Nicki Minaj, you're going to say, hey, this is actually par for the course, as she is a, you know, DV apologist and a DV supporter, right? So there you have that. Travis Scott, I could go the rest of my life without hearing nothing else from Travis Scott. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't want to hear another LaFleur. I don't want to hear another goddamn, yeah. None of that shit, man. But, you know, shout out. And Sexy Red. I think this song is probably gonna do well on the charts though. You know, the Sleaze mix. I do see that happening. I mean, it's got too many big stars on it not to succeed. I mean, it's Nicki, Chris, Travis. Sexy Red is like the biggest name in music right now. She's the hot shit. Just off of Conversation, Staying in the News, Controversy, people that fucking hate her guts just for existing, you know, the whole nine. So I'm sure it'll climb up the charts. Okay. And again, for those Nicki Minaj fans out there that are waiting on this, you'll have that at midnight. So shout out to y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the record. I'm going to play it one good time and see what it does for me. Hopefully she has new verse. You know what I mean? I want to hear remixes that actually have new verses, you know, new arrangements within the beat, added elements. Like, can we get back to those days with the fucking remixes? I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Anyway, we also got to get into Miss Glorilla. Now, we were just talking about Glow yesterday. She was talking about the fact that she was having a hard time not being able to promote her music on TikTok. Well, seems that she may not be able to promote her driver's license on there either. No, I'm just fucking around. But Glow was pulled over out here in Gwinnett County in Atlanta, in Georgia, I should say, because that's, you know, outside the perimeter. But yeah, she's been out here drunk driving, allegedly, you know. So the article states Glorilla found herself in a jail cell this week after cops busted her for a DUI and she apparently had a wardrobe malfunction while this all went down. According to a police report, the rapper was arrested and booked early Tuesday morning on suspicion of driving under the influence, consuming/possessing an open alcoholic beverage container, and a separate traffic charge in Gwinnett County. She was hauled into jail around 6:12 a.m. and bonded out a few hours later. Her booking info, as obtained by TMZ, notes that this was one of her aliases is Hallelujah, which is her legal middle name, Gloria Hallelujah. As for what exactly happened, cops say that they saw a vehicle making a U-turn at a solid red light around 4 a.m. in the morning, so they pulled the vehicle over to see what the hell was going on. The officer took the report, claims that he smelled marijuana and alcohol, so she was crossfaded. These were emanating from the car, and they claimed that Glorilla told that she'd been drinking that evening, but he explains that she wouldn't say how much she had consumed and insisted that she was good to drive, although she was making a U-turn at a red light. The police say that they then administered a field sobriety test, which they claim Glorilla was shaky on, especially when it came to staying on her feet. They put her through the ringer, it seems, making her do a follow-up eye test and do a walk and turn, one-leg balance, and walk a straight line. On just about all of them, they claimed she failed. Finally, they got to the breathalyzer, which the police claim she refused to submit to. During this whole back and forth, the cops say Glorilla's breast slipped out. She had a nip slip, wardrobe malfunction, or some Janet Jackson shit, which he had to inform her, hey, you're slipping out. In the end, Glorilla was arrested, and cops say that an associate then came to pick up her car. They say what's interesting is that Glorilla herself hasn't shown any indication that she ran into legal trouble. Her IG is full of people twerking ass to her and Megan Thee Stallion's new Wannabe song, so it looks like business as usual. All right, y'all, so the actual body cam footage of the police officer was just released. I'm talking about Glorilla, man. I didn't even know that this was out there, but TMZ, like, they get their hands on every mother effing thing. So let's go ahead and see what Glorilla had to say for herself on the road as this footage has been released to the people, all right? I'm going to mute up. I may jump in here and there, but let's just see what it is that we got here, all right? Sheesh. Ain't nothing safe.
Hey, I'm Officer Carrillo, Swanee Police. So the reason I pulled you over today is because you made a U-turn at a red light.
Okay. My GPS is taking me to walk past this way, and it took me there.
And it took you over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so do me a favor so we can get out of this roadway. I'm going to need your driver's license. I'm going to go back to my car. I'll flash my lights at you. Whenever I do that, or whenever these cars pass us, I want you to turn into this turn lane over here, okay?
Okay.
And just stay right there for me. Were you drinking tonight?
I'm not drunk.
Okay. So I can smell it coming from your breath, okay? All right, when you roll down the window, okay?
Yeah.
So in a few minutes, I'm going to have another officer come over here, and we're going, if you're willing, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay.
All right. How many drinks did you have today?
I'm cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I ain't drunk enough.
Bruh. She said, I'm cool. What do you mean you cool? Like, you know you are talking to an actual officer. This ain't the goddamn top flight security, Glow. This is real life. Like, this ain't happening in your dreams, baby. Like, I'm cool. You can't be too cool to get pulled over. All right? Please cooperate.
407 radio, certainly good, 7. How many drinks did you have, Mike?
I'm okay.
That's not my question.
I'm okay, I'm telling you.
10-4. Ma'am?
I'm okay.
Not only can I smell alcohol coming from your breath, but I can also smell marijuana coming from this car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, in just a moment, I'll be searching this car. Is there anything that I'm going to find in this car?
I have a gun registered to my name.
A gun? Okay, where is the gun at? It's okay, you don't have to reach for it. Where is it?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Where is it?
In the car.
Yes, ma'am. May Where at?
It's in
Just
my
for
back
my
seat.
safety? Okay.
Yeah, it's in my back seat.
Where, is it like in a bag or?
No, it's just in the back seat.
Okay. All right. Any marijuana?
Not nothing I can go to jail for.
That's not what I'm asking, man. I just want to know. I mean, I'm gonna find it either way. I can
It's
smell
maybe
it.
like a 2 point something.
And
Do
then
you know who I am?
No, I don't. No, man.
Oh.
Glow, you didn't pull the do you know who I am? You didn't pull that. Man, come on, man. Where you thought you was, Glow? You thought you was in Memphis, then. You forgot you was in Suwanee, Georgia, where they don't give no fucks about none of that. Let's go. She gonna give you that let's go to jail. You in Suwanee, baby. Do you know who I am? Y'all know why I'm here. Come on, dog. I know you was a little bit on the Jaquan shit, but come on, man. Get right. Damn.
You said an opening. An opening where? For
No,
what?
the club is called Open in Canada.
I think I've heard of opium. But I like
Never heard of me though.
I'm sorry.
That crazy. She was at the Opium Lounge. I know exactly where she was at. Ain't that about to be?
You don't know who I am. Okay, well, you're not out.
I know last name Woods. From what I just saw, but
Oh yeah,
that's all.
it's all right. But yeah, it's okay. I'll wait on you.
Enlighten me on who you are. You seeing me?
No, cause you still gonna pick on me. It don't matter who I am.
Pick on you? I'm not picking on you. You're
'Cause
driving and I can smell alcohol off your breath.
But I'm not drunk. I can tell you that. I can promise you that I do. But yeah, I'm on your TV.
Would you submit to the roadside?
And what if I don't? What's my right?
Your right is to say no.
Yeah.
You have a right to refuse.
Yeah,
It's voluntary.
yeah.
It's voluntary? Okay. Are you
What
refusing?
would you like to do or you like to refuse?
I would like to refuse.
You would like to refuse? Ma'am, you're, cover up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right. So do me a favor, just sit right here for me, okay?
Okay. Can you tell my brother y'all names?
Yeah, I'll give them all that information.
We're gonna go talk to him in just a moment, okay?
Can I get my jewelry off of me? Can you take it off me and give it to him right now?
Yeah, actually, that's fine.
I'll let you take it all off and just
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. Okay?
I don't want nothing like that. Now, if you want to put it directly in his hand, then you know these three rings are here. I told you that you don't want to put it in his head.
No, that's fine. Do you have any
clock.
other necklaces or anything that you
Yeah, I
just
have a
want to take?
necklace on me as well.
Okay. Turn around for me.
Can you let me pee on the side of the road?
No, ma'am. We'll get to the jail in just a moment, okay?
Oh, it's closed. Oh my God. I don't know what it is. I've never been in jail.
You've never been to jail?
I've
Never been to Gwinnett County Jail?
I went 30 minutes. Do I get out the jail fast?
That is on them. I don't know their process. I have never worked there.
Oh my God. Y'all doing the most.
37 radio, 295, one female. All right, we're gonna get right back
What the
here.
hell? Can you bring my phone?
Right here. Yep. Hop in.
Oh my God, I haven't been one of these in years. I'm about to call my lawyer.
Okay. So I'm gonna reach over you and grab this seatbelt, okay? All right.
Where do y'all show the test at?
Ma'am?
Where the test come up at?
What test?
The test that it prove I'm drunk when I know I'm not.
No, that is different. That's a different
So can I sue y'all if y'all take me to jail for no reason?
Wow. Let me get my ass up off this goddamn corner of the screen. Hold on, y'all. Well, there you have it. That is Glorilla's arrest tape where she was pulled over for DUI. The officer said that she could smell alcohol on her breath and marijuana seeping from the car. The city of Atlanta will allow you to have possession of marijuana, but you was in Gwinnett County, baby. They not playing like that, man. These outskirts, it feel like ATL. It may look like ATL. It may even smell like ATL, but the shit functions very differently. And this is why a lot of people that come from the south side of the city don't really fuck around in other areas in the suburbs of the town, because shit like this is more prone to happen. They're a little bit more strict. You know, niggas don't want to get caught up in those county jails and shit like that, but it looked like you done learned today. Now she did get out, she did bond out, but yeah, got to be more careful, man. If your brother was able to come out and actually come pick up your car, pick up your belongings and stuff like that, man, I know it sounds easier said than done, but you probably should have had your brother chaperone, you know what I'm saying, be the designated driver or something like that, man. You can't be out. But, you know, let's be honest. A lot of niggas drive around like this on a day-to-day basis, cross-faded, open container in the vehicle, getting high, moving about, because we didn't see no other passengers, so she couldn't have said that she wasn't the one smoking on the loudy, right? I be smelling that shit when we be riding around, you know what I'm saying, and that shit just be permeating through the cracks of the car. I be like, I don't smoke, you know what I mean? Fuck it. But I be like, God damn, bro, I don't want to consume the shit that you puffing on. God dang. So yeah, man, that's breaking news right there from TMZ. Glorilla getting detained. Wish y'all the best though. After news broke, Glorilla decided to make light of the situation, and she posted this photo of herself with a bottle of Taylor Port on the heels of her DUI arrest, trying to make fun of it, trying to make light of it as if this is something funny. Drunk driving is not something to joke about, especially when you're making an illegal U-turn on a red light where anybody could have collided with you, and you're in one of the most dangerous cities for fatal crashes, right? Now, your hometown of Memphis is the #1 in the motherfucking United States for these types of things, but Georgia is number 10 on the list, and you see that shit going up and down the motherfucking highway, all the goddamn high risk shit they got on the signs on the side of the road. So that ain't nothing to play with, man. I mean, Glo, you've been put in a position where you're about to go up. You're about to excel. Don't fuck it up for yourself, right? Doing shit like this, I don't know if you're self-sabotaging. I don't know if you're going through something that people don't really know about, which is why you're drinking and smoking so heavily and making these types of moves 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's not really making sense, but it's not my job to dictate your every move in life, right? But you came this far, why fuck it up? You know what I mean? Why have yourself behind bars? Why have yourself fighting a case that was completely unnecessary? At this point, I mean, we've seen you having drivers. We've seen you traveling with other people. Were you leaving a nigga house? Like, what is the deal? You know what I'm saying? To where you felt like you had to make this move, right? Where you had to push the limits as a high profile person. You're not an A-list celebrity or anything, but you on your way. Why? Then to come and turn around and joke about it when there's thousands of people that have lost their lives to this sort of behavior, you know. Just got to be careful, man. That's all I'm saying. Still wishing you all the best. Hope that the tour goes well. I think you might need to lay low until this tour comes. Have the fun on your bus. You ain't going to be the one driving. Have your shit backstage. You could turn the fuck up all you want to. As long as it doesn't inflict with your performance, do what the fuck you want. But save it for then. Let that be the Super Bowl celebration, man. God damn. Shit. What them motherfuckers say? We were rooting for you. Lee. As we spoke about Glorilla yesterday, we played the audio of her saying that she was mad that she can't promote her music on TikTok. Now we have Miss JT from the City Girls, Miss City Cinderella, coming out and saying the same thing. She came out with a tweet yesterday stating, "Remember, I'm with UMG, so once the song is out," talking about her new record. What's the name of that joint again? It's called Okay. That will be dropping at midnight. So she says, so once the song is out, TikTok will be muted. So try to get a distorted sound going. I have one on my TikTok. Use it if you want, or make your own. I don't care. Just spread the sound. So this is very interesting to me because I had some people that decided to take like a negative lay on Glorilla's TikTok comment yesterday. Like, hey, she admitted to being a TikTok artist and all of this type of stuff. I don't really understand how you could call Glorilla TikTok artist. I mean, her music actually broke off of YouTube. It broke on all forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I wouldn't qualify her as that. She's just a modern day artist. And for the last 4 years, all the record labels were funneling their resources into TikTok. Then all of a sudden, UMG decides, y'all don't want to pay up. Y'all don't want to pay the piper. We're going to pull the pipes out the motherfucking wall, right? So, yeah, that may be beneficial to UMG's bottom line, but there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of subsidiary labels that are going through the ringer right now trying to figure out how to promote the music, how to get it out there, how to reach people, because this fucking platform that had billions of people that you could potentially reach has now been stripped away from them for all intents and purposes. You know what I'm saying? You could go on there and smile and nod and talk to people, but you can't promote your music. The only thing that throws me off is before JT came out with this tweet, I was already reading about UMG's plan of actually swinging the hammer on TikTok even harder, right? So just a few days ago, I was reading about how although the majority or a lot of music was taken down from TikTok that was owned by Universal and their publishing entities, there is also a trend of people uploading UMG-owned content with distorted sounds, right? And what they were saying is they're actually making note of all of these distorted sounds that have not been knocked down, and they're going to swing the hammer at TikTok even harder at some point to try to get the money that they're owed out of them, because it's like, number one, we couldn't come to an amicable agreement with the money situation for the licenses, so y'all shouldn't be playing our music at all. Y'all have people on the platform that are still playing our music and y'all ain't doing shit about it, right? Y'all not punishing these accounts. Y'all are not taking the accounts down. You're not knocking the music down, right? So we on your ass about that. And now we've got artists like JT who's trying to circumvent the circumstance to get her fans to get active. And unfortunately, it kind of puts a spotlight on her because now UMG knows, hey, what she's doing is not okay. She's got over 637,000 views on this tweet. You best believe those in the office are being notified like, yo, this is one of the artists on the, you know what I mean? She's about to put this record out. She's encouraging her fans to make distorted versions. So now we have artists actually leaning into this thing. How do we get this under control? I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how it's going to play for JT, but I just feel like, you know, if the people love your record, it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you get some radio support. Hopefully you can still get the shit popping on Instagram. Hopefully you can still get the shit popping on Twitter once it comes out. But I think Universal is definitely going to come for you. There's definitely going to be a meeting this week, whether this weekend or going into next week, to say, hey, that's not okay. We can't have that shit going on. Tell your artist to calm that shit down. You know what I'm saying? This is a big money play. This shit is above her pay grade. Tell her to cut the crap. Again, it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes, but much best wishes to JT in terms of, you know, figuring all this shit out with how to promote her music without the help of TikTok. And for our final story, we're going to get into this whole Joyner Lucas and Ashanti situation, all right? So we're going to play some audio from Joyner Lucas's interview with Jason Lee, of all people, talking about his former relationship with Ashanti. I never knew that they were dating. I know that she appeared in his video a few years ago, and it was definitely a hot, steamy, intense type of thing. I just thought that they were acting. Joyner Lucas said that that video shoot was actually the day that they met, and I guess all of the chemistry that they had on that set turned into another set, if you know what I mean. So let's hear what Joyner has to say. You know, I already congratulated Ashanti and Nelly at the top of the show, so y'all know what I'm talking about. But let's hear what Homeboy had to say for himself about this former relationship that we all never knew about. All right?
Yeah, so you dated Ashanti. Mm-hmm. How was that?
It was dope. She's a really dope person. She really is.
No, she's sweet.
She's an amazing person.
So how did that happen? Because you both are so private. Mm-hmm. She doesn't post about guys she's dated, other than, of course, Nelly now, and you don't post about the women that you date. Did the internet catch you guys? I mean, there were photos of her rubbing your hair or you rubbing her hair. You guys show a little affection.
So Yo, shorty.
Because you never talked about it.
Nah, I don't talk. You know what it is? I'm a private nigga. I don't really talk about it. But what I will say is that she's an amazing person, and I'm super happy for her. I mean, she's about to have a baby, and I think I'm just excited. I know how much she wanted to be a mom. So,
how'd you know?
I mean, we had those conversations for sure, you know. And it's like, I wasn't at a place in my life where I wanted that, you know what I mean, at that time.
You guys talked about having a baby together?
We talked about a lot of shit, bro. Like we was, you know what I mean? So
that was your girl.
Were
you in love with her?
Yeah, I would say I loved her. For sure.
What?
Yeah, I would say I loved her.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You in love with her?
Yeah. She's easy to person. She's a very easy person to be in love with, though.
She's one of the nicest, sweetest people.
Very easy to be in love with. She's dope. Super dope person, bro. Like, for real. I'm not just saying that just to, you know, but
how'd you let her get away?
Again, I knew that what she wanted and what she needed, I don't feel like I could have fulfilled that at that time. You know what I mean? Like, Shanti's been in the game for, 25 years, I just got in the game. And it was like, I know what she wanted and what she needed. And it just like, I don't feel like I was in a place in my life that could commit to that. And I was honest about it, And, but, I'm happy she got away. I'm happy that she ended up going and spun the block with Nelly. And now she's having a baby. I'm super proud of her.
And they seem happy.
For sure. And I'm happy.
I said they seem happy, and you put an emphasis on seem.
No, not on shit like that.
Trying to catch it.
No, not on no shit like that. I do feel like that they are happy.
Okay.
They look happy. They look happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're happy for her.
Super happy for her, bro. Like, she's gonna be an amazing mom. I would tell her that all the time. But what she needed was someone to be with her, to be there. That's what, I have kids, back home. It's like, I'm not moving to New York. You're not about to, move to where I was at. And then it's just like, we wouldn't, like, if that was to happen, and it's like, when you in that situation, I mean, everybody wants to feel like they're building towards something, and it's like, I just knew that what she needed was what she has now, and I'm happy for her. Mm-hmm. But we didn't really have a lot of problems in our shit. Like, we really vibed and we really got along. And it was a really dope situation, and it lasted about 2 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you have married her?
I mean, would I have married her? Oof.
Because she's 8 years older than you. So, like, do you like older women?
I do feel like there's something about older women that, like, I gravitate towards. And I just think it's because of older women understand certain shit that young women don't.
You're a Leo, so you're a lion, you want the cougar. Just a bunch of jungle sex.
Nah, it's not.
I'm just saying.
Nah. It ain't even, it's not even all about, like, sex, though. It's like, even on, like, like an intellectual level, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like older women just, like, are just on a different level mentally. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all older women, but I never looked at the age gap between me and Ashanti. I never really cared about that. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's, I hope, does that answer your question?
All right, so that's Joyner Lucas giving as much details as he possibly could without overstepping any boundaries about the Ashanti situation. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if this was ever gonna come out, maybe this should have come out at another time, right? And that's no shots at Joyner Lucas. I'm actually a fan. Been following his career from the jump since his first viral video. But when a woman announces that she's pregnant and engaged and about to be married to this man that she was with years ago, they've rekindled everything. They've been dating. We've seen them all over the place doing shows. I just feel like you could have outed this at a much better time. You could have done it when they was just out on the scene, doing the shows, doing the Nelly, I love you. Why you couldn't come out when they was doing that shit, right? Why you gotta come out when they announced that they're creating new life and, she's about to be married and that's the story? That should be the focal point. That should be what everybody's talking about and celebrating. But now we've got to deal. And I know the interview came out roughly about a week ago, a few days ago. But it's still within that same time block of, yo, this nigga really finna rain on a parade. Even if he's not being disrespectful, it's just the timing of the interview, the amount of details, because this is the most that he's gone into detail out of any of his other previous interviews surrounding the new album. So it's like, damn, bro, you couldn't tell this story before the announcement. You couldn't tell this story 4 years after the announcement. Like, they got a kid and everything. Like, yeah, man, I used to date Ashanti back in the day. We did this motherfucking video. Or keep it, take it to the grave. Like, yo, man, I saw y'all did that video. It was real hot and steaming. You know what I mean? Would you ever, like, what was that situation? Man, we just played our role. We just did what we did, man. That was the treatment for the video, right? Just keeping it tasteful, even though you may know that it was further than that. And of course, we don't want to duck our history or anything, but I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, it just puts a damper on the announcement because now we got to talk about Joyner Lucas, who's not actually associated or affiliated with Nelly or Ashanti today. And she's with a whole new person. She's happy. You know what I mean? It just, the optics don't bode well. Now, for people that like the mess, people that like to have something to talk about, people such as myself who, speak about these things, yeah, this lends to the content. But even within the context of speaking on content, certain things is like, damn, was that really necessary? Did we really need to know that right now? All right, let's have at it then. Fuck it. I believe it was revealed in the interview that they dated for around 2 years. We didn't have that segment in there, but that's something that I've also seen is that they dated for about 2 years. As y'all heard, he said that they talked about the prospect of children and all of those different things. He wasn't necessarily down because I believe he already has 2 children. She wanted a child of her own. He was like, hey, man, I can't do that. We're not about to, you know what I mean? I'm not about to move to New York. You're not finna move to where I'm at. So that would not be an ideal situation, starting a new family. That would be off on the wrong foot. Who knows if he was even ready to fully commit to Ashanti at that time. I mean, he was just getting his feet wet in the game. I'm sure he was fucking astounded at the fact, like, damn, I bagged Ashanti. Like, damn, I ain't even broke mainstream yet. And I got this opportunity. Hell yeah, I'm gonna make sure this shit ride out for a little bit. Hell, fuck it. And it was what it was. I'm glad that there's no drama. Nothing came out about, any issues, no public bullshit that they had to go through. So I am happy for that. I'm glad that they're able to, go about life amicably and that they didn't have any children together that could muddy things for either party. But I just feel like it's odd, especially from somebody who, if you watch his Math Hoffa interview, he didn't even speak for himself for 80 to 90% of the interview. You know what I'm saying? His manager and business partner was doing all the speaking, but now you sit down with Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, and now you want to start spilling some beans. You know what I mean? So, again, I can't be too mad. I mean, it's not like he said anything bad about her. He didn't say she had a bad attitude, she had bad breath, she stunk, no shit like that. But I did just find it interesting with the timing, the optics, the way it played out, you know what I mean? He's got a new album out and, you know, so of course this is gonna lend to trying to get extra press or extra plays on the album, run the streams up, the wow factor, all that good shit, man. But I don't know. Again, I'm not mad at the fact that it came out. It's just that you don't want nobody to fucking put a damper on your child pregnancy announcement and you're getting engaged to the father of your growing child in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't think that's the way that Ashanti and Nelly wanted any of this to come about, right? So that's the main thing that I'm looking at. Like, as parents, as people, like, dog. You know what I mean? And I remember she went on the Breakfast Club while all of this was happening around the time that she did his music video and collab. And they asked her up front, they said, yo, you've been talking about your new boyfriend. Is it a chance that, you know, it's Joyner Lucas? Is that who you've been dating? Is that the guy that you're talking about? She was like, nah. What made you think that? Nah, it's not him. So clearly she wasn't ready to claim you on a public platform like that, regardless of the fact that y'all was getting so steamy in that music video. I think that would have been the perfect time to roll that information out, if any. But she wasn't ready to come out and talk about it. She never has. She's never addressed it. She never put you in that light. Now we get this. You know, I haven't really seen Joyner as a clout chasey type of person in terms of his character, but this move definitely feels like he's strapped on the running shoes, man. That's just my perspective. Some people going to agree, some people going to disagree. I know there's a lot of guys out there that, you know, y'all love talking about who y'all used to talk to and, oh yeah, you know, me and her, yeah, we used to be a thing, and yeah, you know, glory days and shit, man. I understand, man. It feels good. But not talking about it ain't gonna feel any less good. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what happened, y'all had what it had when it happened. Cool. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. Be sure to become an insider. It is much better on the inside. We got some good shit in here. We got AC. We got cold drinks and beverages. You know what I'm saying? We got sandwiches and shit, man. If that's something that you're interested in, I'm just fucking around. But, you know, become an insider. Become a part of the community. And we will see y'all on the next one. All right? I'm about to go outside and sign out. Much love and respect. Peace. King of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, so straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.